Alright, I guess this is video 2 of our 2010 Toyota Tacoma muffler refurbish. We had a center pipe there, center pipe exhaust, tailpipe assembly. It's all one unit, so we had a fairly considerable leak around where the flange joins into the, where the muffler's welded into the pipes welded into the muffler. So on the previous video I sanded everything down, removed it from the truck, cut the flange off, did our old gasket, and I can't do a review on this yet because I can't really tell you if it's any good or not, but I'll show you the finished product as of now. So we removed the exhaust this morning. Flange is toasted, but there was a recall on the catalytic converter, which is the pipe upstream from this one. So that was replaced probably 4 or 5 years ago, and that flange is okay, but this one, as you can see, pretty much toasted. So we had an old piece of pipe there and cut it off with a flange, with a good flange. So if you can see that there. So measured the tree. We had to go 4 inches because it was obviously, you know, now there had to be a squat in that pipe. So that's what you get when you recycle stuff. But anyway, it's in good shape. Not the prettiest job, but I think it's going to work. It's overlapped about 1 inch or so. It's hard to weld that. Some of that stainless steel. There is a steel additive to it, but it's not like the old time stainless, but some of it is. And sometimes if you guys are doing this stuff and you go ahead and buy one gasket for the sake of $3 or $4, you know, probably a good idea to get 2. Because what's going to happen here now, there's an indent on the flange on the male side. I think you can see it here too, what the old gasket is. Just corroded. I guess there's like a indentation there, so it's time you put 2 together. One gasket's probably not going to do it, so then you'll get a flutter and a spitting, and you know, it's probably going to be just as bad as it was before. So we got that straightened away, and hopefully it's in alignment, so it's going to go on to the other flange. So the trouble with the, in the beginning, was the where the pipe goes into the exhaust, the muffler itself. No leaks in the muffler. You know, the muffler's great shape for 2010, 14 years old. So that's just setting up, just starting to flash off there now. The sealant we put on there, and it's already stiffening up. But the major concern was back here. It was actually eating away all around this pipe. Yeah, that's horrible looking. But I'm going to tell you, if it's going to save me eat something plus tax, you're looking at $1,000. Time said and done. You might have enough for a Big Mac or something left over, or coffee. But anyway, everything else is in great shape. So we're going to let that harden up now for the night, and hopefully install it tomorrow. It's snowing. It's hard to see there now. Anyway, it's snowing by the reeves out there now. I could put it on and let it set up, but it recommends, it could set up in 2 to 4 hours. But it recommends 24 hours to totally cure. So we got 2 gaskets. We got all of our hangers ready to go, and we got our new scrounged refurbished flange. So anyways guys, you know, it's not the kind of video, it's not the kind of thing that we're used to putting on, but it's just it's kind of the daily routine around here. You know, the price of everything these days, I don't know about you, but I haven't got $1,000 to throw away on a muffler when it's not necessary. Like I say, I think that that little bit of sealant was $6-7, and the gaskets are like $3-4 each. So if you wanted to round it off to $20, $15, that's better than a minus overdraft bank account, I think. And I might get out of the garden, might all fall to pieces, I don't know. But it's worth a try. So if you have any questions or comments, or some ways that I should have done it better, please let me know. Most thing, you know, I don't use the truck so often as I used to. One time I commute every day back and forth to work, but it's parked a lot more than what it is driven now. So like I said, that's not good on anything. Oh, one other thing I got to do back here. There's a weep hole in them exhausts for let the condensation let out. Because if you got no ways for vapors or moisture to escape, then you're looking at, you know, this was only just a waste of time. So I'm gonna pop a 1/8 drill bit hole in the bottom when that hardens up tomorrow, and just give it a place for the moisture to come out. The little 4-cylinder makes it's like a water maker. It's more or less a water pump than it is an engine, because they don't produce much power, but a lot of moisture comes out of it. So anyways guys, thanks for watching. We'll give you a little update tomorrow, and the funniest part is going to be I'll save it. I'll use a remote start when I get it installed tomorrow, and I'll press the button and see. And we'll all have a big laugh if that tailpipe blows off and the flange blows off or whatever. It's all good. Then we'll go to Gander and get a new one. But if this if I can get to the spring out of this, or even another season, it's all good. And then if I wins the lottery, we'll replace the whole exhaust. And in 20 more years, we'll buy a new truck. Anyways, guys, hope everybody's having a good day. We'll touch base tomorrow with the final products and see if it's hardened up.